Hello and welcome to this video on enabling the multi-site function on your WordPress 3.0 installation. Now by default the multi-site function or networking is not available, so we need to do a little playing with the code. Oh joy. In the beginning of setting up our network of blogs, we're given two options: to use subdomains, like dogs.training.com or cats.training.com, or a subdirectory like training.com/dogs or training.com/cats. Now, for the sake of simplicity and the fact that some shared hosting sites do not allow this to work with subdomains, we're going to go with subdirectories. And besides that, subdomains are just a few extra steps you got to go through to create the subdomains in the first place. So we're going to go with subdirectories. Now this is going to require us to make some additions to our .htaccess file, and if you do not have one or don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. We're going to cover that as well. In addition to tweaking our .htaccess file, we also need to add some stuff to our wp-config.php file as well. So because of this, we're going to need access to these files either through our cPanel control panel, or probably the best way to do it is through your FTP to access these files and to make these additions. Now, if you have special circumstances or you just need a certain install procedure that's different from what I'm showing you here, then you can just head on over to the official WordPress networking site at codex.wordpress.org/create_a_network. And they cover a lot of cool things there as well that I'm just going to be kind of skimming over. So let's go ahead and roll up our sleeves and get to work. Now if we scroll down here just a little bit to, I believe it's step 3, allow multi-site. We need to copy this code here and add this to our wp-config.php file just above the line where it says that's all, stop editing, happy blogging. So let's go ahead and head over to our FTP client. Now I'm using Qt FTP, so I'm able to edit on the fly. If you are not able to, for example, you're using something like FileZilla, then just simply download the wp-config file, make these additions, and then upload and overwrite the existing one. So that being said, I'm in my root directory of the blog. Let's find my wp-config. Here we are. And here I'm just going to right click and then left click on edit. It'll bring it up right here. And I just scroll on down, languages, bugging. Here we are, right here. So right above this right here, I need to add that little bitty line of code to find the multi-site true. And then I'm just going to save this, file, save, and I'm done with this for the time being, and close it out. So now we're good. Now we want to head on back over to our site. Yeah, here, and then let's just refresh. And under Tools, we now have Network, where before we did not. We click on this, and it's telling us some of the extra things we got to do. Now, one thing we're going to need to do is we need to disable all of our plugins, because eventually it will come to the step where it will tell you you have to disable all of your plugins. So let's go ahead and do it now. That being said, we are now going to disable our plugins while I'm talking about it. Okay, so this is a new install, so they weren't activated to begin with. So that's why I didn't get any of those error messages up there. Okay, so now that you got your plugins disabled, we are at the network page, and please make sure your mod rewrite module is installed, and if not, no biggie, we're going to take care of that here in just a bit. But we're going to go with subdirectories, not the subdomains. Matter of fact, sometimes you won't even have this option show up, so don't worry about that. We're going with the subdirectories anyway. And server address, and if you want to change out the title, that's fine, totally up to you. And of course, you want to make sure that the administrator email address is a good one that you will be able to receive the emails at. And as you can see, we really didn't do much here, but we click on install, and then is where the work begins. We want to first create a blogs.dir directory in the WP content folder. So let's head on back over to our FTP client, WP content folder, right click, new folder, blog.dir. And you want to make sure that the permissions to this are such that you are able to write to this. So let's go ahead and check out our permissions real quick here. 755, we're good to go. So as long as the owner, it doesn't have to be everybody, so it doesn't need to be 777, but 755 is good to go. As long as the owner can write to it. And back. Now then we want to add this to our htaccess file, I believe. Nope. Add the following to your wp-config.php. Above the line reading, that's all. Okay, so in addition to what we already added, which looks similar to this, we're going to also add this. We're not going to overwrite the other one. We're going to simply add this. I'm going to copy this in my clipboard. Come on back here, and let's get on back to our wp-config. Going to open this up, and again, if you don't have this function in your FTP client, just download it and make these adjustments, upload and overwrite the existing one. And let's go ahead and edit on the fly. Opening it up, come on down here, just again above the that's all folks, right here, and paste. So you can see I left this alone, even though it's pretty much just like this one in here. So don't overwrite that. If you do, it's not going to work. So anyway, we got that added. Come on down here to File and Save. We're done saving. Close this out. Come on back to the site. Next step, number 3. We want to add the following to our .htaccess file. Now, if you do not have a .htaccess file, and by the way, we're going to be replacing, if you do have one, we're going to be replacing the existing WordPress rules. So basically, it'll just overwrite those. But if you don't have a .htaccess file, just create a htaccess.txt file on your desktop. It'll be blank, no big deal, and then upload that and then change it to .htaccess and then just delete the .txt from the end. But before you upload it though, you need to add this. Copy to clipboard till I'm back here, and I believe I've got one in here already. And I do not, so you get to witness me creating one from scratch. Okay, so I'm back to my folder here. So I'm just going to go ahead and upload this one, and I'll make the changes on the fly. And here we are. So I'm just going to right click, edit, opens it up. Now this is the existing rules, but I'm just going to overwrite these just like the instructions said. Right click and paste, and these are the new rules. Right click and save. Okay, I'm going to clear these out so I can see what's going on here, and we can close this out. Yep, so we're good to go. Now head on back over here. What's our next step? Okay, once you complete these steps, your network is enabled and configured. Now we just need to log in again. And you might see a couple of changes here. One, we've got storage space listed, which wasn't here before. We've got this up here saying that the current theme supports featured images, and you must enable them before it actually can work. But the big key is this addition, Super Admin. And we open that up, and you've got all kinds of options in here. And in an upcoming video, we're going to configure our multi-site installation, but this is going to bring us to the end of this video on how to enable the multi-site feature on your WordPress version 3.0. Thank you so much for watching, and you have a great day.